Every day you choose to push past your limits and outwork your competition, you build the foundation for a future only a few are willing to fight for. Excellence requires a daily grind that pushes you beyond comfort and fear, forcing you to grow into the person you were meant to become. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Are you tired of feeling stuck and watching others move ahead? What if today is the day everything changes? This video will show you how to take control of your life by working harder and smarter than ever before. You'll learn why pushing through discomfort is necessary and how to turn daily effort into real success. It's not about quick fixes or luck. It's about commitment and refusing to accept average. Imagine how it feels to wake up knowing you gave your all and moved closer to your dreams. If you want to be the best, you must be ready to grind without excuses. Stay with me and discover how to start that journey today and keep going until you reach the top. This is your chance to make every second count. Now let's dive in. Number 1. Stand up now and fight for your better life. Most people wait. They wait for the right time. They wait for someone to believe in them. They wait for everything to feel just right. But the truth is, waiting doesn't create change. Action does. If you want a better life, you can't sit around hoping for something to happen. You have to stand up and make it happen. Right now, not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now you have to fight for the life you want, because no one is going to give it to you. You weren't meant to drift through life. You weren't put here to just get by. There is something better in you, something deeper. But it only shows up when you demand more from yourself. And to demand more, you've got to get serious. You've got to stop letting time pass without direction. Stop living on repeat. You already know where that leads. If you don't take control of your life, it will keep slipping through your hands. This is the moment where everything can start to change. But it begins with you getting honest. Are you really giving your best? Are you doing what you know you should be doing? Or are you letting yourself slide by with just enough to stay comfortable? You don't grow in comfort. You grow when you stretch yourself, when you take control of your time, when you show up to the hard moments and say, I'm not backing down today. Fighting for your better life doesn't mean everything turns around in one day. It means waking up with the mindset that you're not going to waste another one. It means using your hours to build something you believe in. It means doing the work even when no one is clapping for you. It means deciding to hold yourself to a higher standard than the world expects. That's where self-respect comes from. That's where real pride begins. And that's how you stop feeling stuck. There will always be people around you who quit early. People who lower their goals to match their habits instead of raising their habits to match their goals. But that can't be you. You have to choose the harder path. The one with more discipline. The one with structure. The one that demands effort, focus, and commitment. Because that's the only path that leads to a better life. And if you want it bad enough, you'll do the work it takes to get there. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. When things get boring, you keep going. When progress is slow, you don't stop. When no one is encouraging you, you push yourself. You become your own reason to rise. That's what fighting for your life looks like. It's not dramatic. It's daily. It's built in the choices you make when no one's watching. It's in the way you treat your time, your body, your mind, your word. Every day is a test. A test of your discipline. A test of your values. A test of your goals. And you either pass or you don't. You either do what's necessary or you make excuses. You either build or you break. That's the reality. But the good news is, you're in full control. You decide how you show up. You decide how much effort you give. And you decide how long you'll keep going. That power belongs to you. And it always has. So stop acting like you're powerless. Stop waiting for someone to push you. You are not a follower. You are not stuck. You are capable of changing your story. You are capable of becoming stronger, smarter, more focused, more disciplined. But you've got to be real with yourself. You've got to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. And once you do, you've got to act on it. No more delays, no more half efforts, no more talking without doing. When you decide to fight for your better life, everything changes. Your habits change. Your attitude changes. Your energy changes. Your circle starts to change. You begin to attract better because you're doing better. You stop settling for average conversations, average goals, average standards, and you begin demanding more from yourself in every area. That's when momentum starts to build. That's when you wake up with direction instead of doubt. It's not easy. There are going to be days when you question everything. Days when the grind feels heavy, days when the doubt creeps in. But those are the most important days, because that's when you decide who you really are. Do you fold under pressure, or do you rise through it? Do you give in to your excuses, or do you take control and keep moving? The answer to that question defines your life. You don't need permission to be great, you just need a reason. And the best reason is yourself. Not for anyone else, not to prove anything, but because you know you can be more. You know there's a higher version of you waiting to be unlocked. And the only way to reach it is by standing up and doing what most people won't, showing up on time, putting in the effort, saying no to distraction, saying yes to growth. If your life isn't where you want it to be, change it. Don't explain it. Don't justify it. Don't blame anything. Just change it. One decision at a time, one action at a time. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be the one who refuses to quit. The one who fights, the one who keeps going when everyone else slows down. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you say. It's about what you do. It's about what you prove. It's about the hours you put in when nobody sees you. It's about the focus you maintain when no one reminds you. That's how you become your best. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for permission. You stand up, take the lead, and you keep going. And when you feel tired, remember this. You are not here to live small. You are not here to stay quiet. You are not here to be forgotten. You are here to rise, to build, to fight for every inch of progress, to give everything you've got. You have what it takes. Now it's time to show it. Stand up and fight for your better life. Every day, every moment, every decision, because the future depends on what you do right now. Number 2, put in work daily until greatness feels normal. Every day is a chance to move forward, to become stronger, wiser, sharper. But too many people waste that chance because they're looking for shortcuts or waiting to feel ready. If you want to achieve something real, something meaningful, you've got to show up and do the work every single day. Not just when it's easy. Not just when you feel inspired, every day. That's the difference between people who wish for success and people who earn it. You earn it through consistency, through discipline, through effort. Even when it feels slow and unseen, you don't rise by doing big things once. You rise by doing the right things daily. A little progress done consistently beats big ideas that never get finished. You become great by building habits that strengthen you. Not once in a while, but every single day. You get used to pushing yourself, not just for the outcome, but because it becomes who you are. That's the kind of person who creates results. Not someone who waits for permission. Not someone who depends on motivation. But someone who gets up and works, even when there's no reward right away. Greatness isn't some magical place you arrive at. It's built through effort stacked day on top of day. When you train yourself to work, even when you don't feel like it, your mind gets sharper, your confidence grows, your energy becomes focused, and over time, what felt hard becomes normal. The long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifices, at first they challenge you. But if you stay with it, they become part of your rhythm. You begin to expect more from yourself, and you deliver. Most people talk about their goals. Few do the real work. Talking is easy. Working is not. Working takes time, patience, and endurance. It means waking up early when you'd rather sleep. It means staying focused when distractions are calling. It means putting your energy into things that matter, even when the results are slow. That's what makes the difference. That's where real progress begins. You need to decide that daily effort is non-negotiable, not something you try, something you live by. You treat your time as something valuable. You protect it. You don't waste it on meaningless things. You train yourself to move with purpose. That's how you gain momentum. That's how you stop starting over. Because once the work becomes part of you, there's no need to force it anymore. It becomes natural. It becomes your standard. People admire discipline because it's rare, but you don't need anyone's admiration. What you need is a system, a structure that keeps you moving forward, no matter how you feel. You build that system by showing up again and again until it's automatic. And it's not just about working hard, it's about working right, being intentional with your time, being clear about your goals, being honest about what needs to be done. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. That's why your daily routine matters more than your plans. Anyone can set a goal. Few people build the habits to reach it. And the reason most fail is simple. They don't stay consistent. They expect fast results. They quit when it gets boring. But boring is where mastery is born. The daily repetition, the quiet effort, that's where you gain skill, strength, and self-respect. You need to put in work, even when no one sees it, even when no one thanks you, even when it feels like you're making no progress. Because that's where character is built. That's where your foundation gets stronger. And if you keep at it, day after day, something starts to shift. You begin to expect more from yourself. You begin to trust yourself. And eventually, what once felt like a grind starts to feel like your new normal. People often ask how to stay motivated, but the truth is, motivation fades. What lasts is discipline. And discipline comes from making a decision and sticking to it. Not for a week, not for a month, but until the work becomes a part of who you are. Until you no longer have to think about showing up, you just do it because it's what you do. Because you've trained yourself to live that way. You start to understand that the little things matter. The extra reps, the quiet studying, the late nights spent building, the mornings spent planning, the details you use to skip over. When you do them enough, they stop being a burden and start being normal. And that's when greatness starts to feel close. Because you're no longer chasing it, you're living it. One disciplined day at a time. You can't cheat this process. You can't fake the results. You either put in the work or you don't. And the results don't lie. They reflect what you've been doing when no one was watching. They reflect how serious you are. If you're inconsistent, it shows. If you cut corners, it shows. But if you put in the work daily, it builds. And what you build stays with you. That's the reward. Not just the results, but the person you become along the way. And yes, it gets hard. There are going to be days when you question why you're even doing this. Days when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, when progress feels invisible. But those are the most important days. Because that's when you separate yourself from the rest. That's when you build the kind of mental toughness that can't be shaken. That's when your identity starts to shift from someone who tries to someone who trains. Put in the work daily until it becomes normal to win. Until it feels normal to wake up early. Normal to push yourself. Normal to avoid distractions. Normal to demand excellence from yourself. That's how greatness is built. Not in one massive effort, but in thousands of small ones. Over and over. Until what once required effort becomes second nature. You stop needing to prove anything to anyone. Because your life becomes proof. Your habits speak louder than your words. Your actions reflect your values. And people begin to notice that you operate differently. You carry yourself differently. You speak with conviction because you've done the work. Not just once, but again and again. Every day. That's when confidence becomes real. Not based on hype, but on history. You've shown up. You've sacrificed. You've made the right choices even when they were hard. And now you carry that with you. It becomes part of your walk, your tone, your mindset. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you've built something real inside of you. This is what it means to live with discipline. This is what it means to create a life you respect. Not through luck, not through shortcuts, but through the daily decision to do what needs to be done. You won't always feel ready. You won't always feel strong, but you don't need to feel it. You need to act it. And if you do that long enough, greatness stops being a goal and starts becoming who you are. Number 3. Sacrifice comfort now to rise above the rest. Every person wants success, but very few are willing to give up comfort to reach it. Comfort is easy. Comfort is familiar. Comfort feels good in the moment. But comfort never leads to growth. It never demands effort. It never asks more of you. And because of that, it quietly steals potential. If you want to rise above average, you have to be willing to let go of what makes life easy right now. You have to trade ease for excellence. Because the truth is, you can't have both. Sacrificing comfort is a decision, a clear one. It's deciding to say no when others say yes. It's choosing to wake up early while others sleep in. It's working when others are resting. It's pushing through difficulty while others look for ways out. That kind of discipline doesn't feel good at first, but over time it becomes your edge. You start to build habits that set you apart. You develop skills that others never earn. You gain mental strength that can't be copied. There's a price to everything. You either pay the price now through discipline, or you pay it later through regret. The person who chooses the harder road today ends up with more options tomorrow. But the person who avoids discomfort ends up stuck. Stuck wondering what could have happened if they'd tried harder. Stuck watching others win because they were willing to do what was necessary. This life doesn't reward intention. It rewards action. It rewards sacrifice. The more you're willing to give up now, the more you gain later. That's the law. But you've got to see beyond today. You've got to be willing to think long-term when others are only focused on how they feel right now. If you keep choosing comfort, your future stays small. But if you keep choosing growth, even when it hurts, your future opens up. The people who rise above the rest didn't get there by doing what was easy. They earned it through decisions most won't make. They skipped the parties. They ignored the distractions. They stayed in when others went out. They chose effort over entertainment. Not once, but repeatedly. And while it cost them short-term pleasure, it built a life they're proud of. You don't sacrifice comfort because you hate ease. You sacrifice it because you love progress. You want to be more. You want to become someone who doesn't rely on external motivation. Someone who moves with purpose. Someone who has control over their choices. You want to look back at your life and know you didn't waste it doing what was easy. You want to know that you used your time wisely, that you pushed yourself beyond what was required. Every time you choose effort over comfort, you gain something. You might not see it right away, but something changes in you. Your ability to focus sharpens, your tolerance for challenge increases, your respect for yourself grows. You begin to trust your own decisions because you're no longer controlled by how you feel. You're driven by who you want to become. The reason most people stay stuck is simple. They won't let go of what feels good right now. They won't give up their habits, their excuses, their comforts. They keep holding on to what's easy, hoping things will change without effort. But change demands sacrifice. Growth demands discomfort. That's the price of success, and those who accept that price early rise above the rest. You have to want it bad enough to walk away from comfort. You have to care enough about your future to do what's hard today. That's the real test. Not talent, not background, not opportunity, but willingness to show up without applause. Willingness to keep going when progress is slow. Willingness to stay disciplined when no one is watching. And when you begin to make those decisions consistently, everything shifts. You stop needing motivation because you've built momentum. You stop doubting yourself because your actions prove who you are. You stop depending on outside approval because your growth is internal. You start building real self-worth, and that worth carries you forward even on the hard days. Comfort is always calling. It tells you to relax. It tells you there's time. It tells you you've done enough. But none of those voices lead to growth. Growth says do more. Growth says stretch further. Growth says show up again. And when you listen to that voice, your life starts to change. You begin to move differently. You stop playing small. You stop hiding behind excuses. Sacrificing comfort doesn't mean burning out. It means being intentional. It means choosing the hard path for a purpose. It means knowing what matters and acting on it. You make a clear decision to give up what doesn't serve you, so you can build what does. That could mean fewer distractions, more structure, less wasted time, more focused effort. It's not punishment, it's power. You take your power back when you stop letting comfort dictate your choices, and the results don't show up all at once. But over time, the difference is clear. You become more stable, more confident, more focused. You start achieving things that once felt impossible. You begin to move at a different level than those around you. Not because you're better, but because you were willing to work harder. You were willing to trade comfort for growth. You were willing to make sacrifices others avoided. The truth is, every person who ever did something great had to make that trade. They had to say no to ease and yes to effort. They had to wake up earlier, stay longer, work harder, study deeper, push further. They weren't lucky. They were committed. And you can be too. But only if you're ready to stop chasing what's comfortable and start chasing what's necessary. If you want to rise above the rest, you can't do what everyone else is doing. You have to raise your standards. You have to stay consistent. You have to be okay with being uncomfortable. Because comfort never pushed anyone forward. Comfort never created leaders. Comfort never made history. The people who rise are the ones who choose pressure, who choose structure, who choose discipline, when others choose distraction. You've got a decision to make. Are you going to keep doing what feels good right now? Or are you going to step up and do what it takes? The life you want is possible, but it's not free. It costs your time. It costs your comfort. It costs your excuses. And every day, you decide whether you're willing to pay that price. The moment you do, everything starts to shift. You take control. You take ownership. You start becoming who you were meant to be. And while everyone else is waiting for the right time, you're building. While they're hesitating, you're executing. While they're talking, you're doing. You rise not because it's easy, but because you've decided to. You've decided that comfort is not your goal. That greatness is. You've chosen effort over ease, growth over safety, discipline over distraction. And that choice is what separates you from the rest. Number 4. Attack your weaknesses and build unstoppable strength today. There comes a point in every person's life where they have to face the truth. Not just the truth about the world, but the truth about themselves, the habits holding them back, the behaviors they refuse to admit, the excuses they keep using to delay what must be done. You cannot grow while hiding your flaws. You cannot become strong while ignoring what makes you weak. That's why today, not tomorrow, you start the work. You attack your weaknesses with full force, not fearfully, not quietly, boldly. Because what you do not face will control you. Most people spend their lives avoiding the hard parts. They avoid challenges they don't feel good at. They run from responsibilities they think are too heavy. They stay in places where they never feel threatened. And because of that, they never build anything inside. They don't gain courage. They don't grow discipline. They don't find confidence. Weakness does not disappear by waiting. It doesn't go away with time. It only grows in silence. You become stronger by doing what you fear. You get better by confronting what makes you uncomfortable. You stop running and you start improving. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't feel good at first, but it works. The moment you decide to stop pretending, you open the door to real change, and you start to see yourself differently. Not as someone who's behind, but as someone who's ready to level up. Strength is not built through talent. It is built through effort. You find it in the moments when you feel like quitting and choose to continue. You find it when you fail, and instead of stopping, you come back better. The more honest you are with yourself, the faster you grow, the faster you improve. That's the foundation of strength. Ownership. The ability to admit where you fall short and do something about it. If you know you're not good at managing time, fix it. Don't make excuses. Learn how to plan your day. If you struggle with focus, Train your mind to stay on task. Don't avoid the work. If you have bad habits, break them with new routines. If you lack energy, change your lifestyle. Eat better, sleep better, move your body. No one is going to do this for you. It's on you to look at your life and decide what needs to change. There's something powerful that happens when you stop hiding. When you finally say, this is where I fall short, and I'm going to fix it. That's when you take your power back. Not by faking confidence, but by earning it. You attack each weakness one by one. You learn, you study, you practice, you apply. You make mistakes, but you keep going. You stop pretending to be strong, and instead you build real strength. It's easy to compare yourself to others, to see what they're good at, and feel behind. But that doesn't help you. What helps is looking at your own life, your own patterns, your own decisions, and taking full control. Maybe you procrastinate. Maybe you give up too easily. Maybe you don't follow through. Fine. Now that you know, change it. Start today. Not all at once. Not perfectly. But start. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. You need to stay committed to attacking the parts of you that are weak. Because each time you face those parts, they lose power over you. And every time you push through the discomfort, you build something new inside. You become sharper, stronger, more aware, more capable. Your life begins to shift. Not because the world changed, but because you did. If you want to be unstoppable, stop letting your weaknesses run your life. Don't work around them. Don't avoid them. Go right at them. Build habits that replace them. Build knowledge that outsmarts them. Build discipline that defeats them. That's how strength is built. Not from talent, but from action. Not from hoping, but from doing. You are not stuck. You are not broken. You are not beyond help. You are simply untrained in certain areas, and that can change quickly. If you're willing to put in the effort, if you're willing to stop complaining and start building. Every area of weakness can be reshaped with time, practice, and discipline. But you have to be relentless. You have to wake up every day and go after it. And the beauty is, the more you do this, the easier it becomes. You start to enjoy the challenge. You stop fearing mistakes. You embrace the process. You get excited about your own growth. And other people will notice it too. Not because you told them, but because they can feel it. You walk differently. You speak with more certainty. You carry yourself with quiet strength. Not arrogance, but real power. The kind that comes from doing hard things daily. Everyone has weaknesses, but not everyone attacks them. That's what separates those who rise from those who stay stuck. You must choose the harder path. You must choose the road that demands effort, because that road is where progress lives. Not the easy path, not the comfortable one, the one that requires you to think, to stretch, to face yourself head on. That's where real growth happens. Look at your life. Where are you holding back? What are you avoiding? What's keeping you average? Those are the areas to target. Those are the problems that once solved will unlock everything. Don't just think about them. Write them down. Be clear. Be honest. Then build a plan. A real plan. Something you can do every day to work on those things. It might be 10 minutes a day. It might be more. But make it real. Make it daily. And don't stop. No matter how slow it feels, don't stop. Progress is never obvious in the beginning, but it's always building. 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, and suddenly you're moving in a direction you never imagined before. You're not the same person anymore. You're sharper. You're stronger. You're more in control. Not because someone rescued you, but because you rescued yourself. When you attack your weaknesses, you stop being afraid of them. You stop letting them define you. You stop letting them limit what you can do. You turn them into your strengths. And not only do you build a better life, you inspire others to do the same. Your example becomes your impact. And it all starts with a decision. A decision to stop hiding. A decision to stop waiting. A decision to take control and become the strongest version of yourself. Starting today. Number 5. Set your goal today and chase it with fire. The most powerful day to begin is today. Not next week. Not when the timing is perfect. Today. Because time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. If there's something you want, you must go after it now with everything you've got. A goal without action is just a wish. And wishes don't change your life. Clear goals do. The moment you write it down, the moment you decide exactly what you want, you start building direction. You shift from drifting to driving, from reacting to leading. But you can't aimlessly move through your days and expect something to change. It starts by getting honest with yourself about what you truly want and why you want it. A goal gives your life purpose. It gives your effort meaning. Without it, your energy is scattered. You try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nothing sticks. Your days feel full, but your heart feels empty. That's because you're moving, but not toward anything. That ends the moment you commit, the moment you make your goal clear, detailed, and urgent. The kind of goal that lights something up in you. Not just something you think would be nice, but something you feel you need to do. Something that pushes you, challenges you, stretches you. That's the kind of goal that wakes you up early and keeps you up late. If your goal doesn't excite you, dig deeper. Find something that does. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to matter. You don't chase fire with doubt. You chase it with clarity. And once you decide what you want, you pour your focus into it. Every day. Even on the hard days. Especially on the hard days. Because the fire doesn't keep burning on its own. You fuel it with action. With consistency. With a mindset that says, I will not stop until this is real. Chasing your goal with fire means you don't wait for motivation. You move because you've made a promise to yourself. A promise to no longer live below your potential. A promise to stop delaying what matters. Every action you take is a step closer. Every choice is a vote for the future you want. You may not control everything that happens around you, but you control your effort. You control your attitude. You control your schedule. Use that power. Don't make the mistake of thinking a goal is enough. You must chase it with urgency. You must build a system around it. Break it down into smaller tasks. Attach it to your daily habits. Track your progress. Review your results. Stay aware of how you're moving. You can't be casual with something that matters. You must go after it like it's your mission. Because it is. This is your life, and nothing gets better by accident. There will be moments you feel tired. Days you question whether it's worth it. That's normal. But you can't let temporary emotions steer your long-term direction. You have to remind yourself why you started. You have to stay connected to your vision. Post it where you can see it. Speak it out loud. Keep it alive. Because the more real it feels in your mind, the harder you'll fight for it in reality. You will have to give up some comfort. You will have to ignore distractions. You will have to say no to things that steal your time. But the trade is worth it. Because nothing feels better than knowing you're moving with purpose. When you chase something that matters, your life becomes organized around growth. Your habits change. Your mindset sharpens. Your self-respect rises. You stop drifting through your days. You start showing up with intention. People may not understand your pace. They may not see why you're pushing yourself so hard. That's okay. Your fire isn't meant for them. It's meant for you. You're the one who will live with the results. You're the one who has to look back at your life and know whether you gave it everything. If the answer is no, it's never too late to change that. But the change begins with one step, one decision, one goal. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting to feel ready. Take the step. Set the goal. Decide right now what you're working toward. Make it clear. Make it urgent. Make it powerful enough to move you. Then start moving. Build a routine around it. Eliminate what slows you down. Surround yourself with reminders of why it matters. Work on it every single day. Whether it's 5 minutes or 5 hours, make it non-negotiable. When you chase a goal with fire, your confidence grows. Not because you reached it, but because you kept showing up. That's where pride comes from. That's where belief is built. Not in the end result, but in the process. Every time you push forward, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. And that proof builds momentum. It makes you stronger, hungrier, more focused. You don't need everything figured out. You need a clear goal and daily action. You don't need to be perfect. You need to stay committed. You don't need approval. You need personal discipline. This is your journey. This is your goal. And you must want it bad enough to fight for it every day. Not once in a while. Every day. Not when it's easy. Every day. There's no magic formula. Just a simple truth. Consistent effort beats talent. Hunger beats comfort. Discipline beats delay. The person who wins is the one who refuses to stop. The one who keeps chasing, no matter how slow it feels, no matter how many obstacles show up, no matter how long it takes. That person becomes unshakable. Not because the path was easy, but because the fire never went out. Make the decision. Not tomorrow. Today. What do you want? What do you need to become? What are you willing to give up to get it? Get clear on the answers. Get obsessed with the process. And take your goals seriously enough to make it the center of your focus. That's how you change your life. That's how you create results that matter. You don't wish. You don't hope. You work. You plan. You chase it every day with fire. Number 6. Take full charge now and refuse to stay average. There comes a moment when you realize no one is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you the life you dream of. The truth is, if you want more, you must rise up and take full charge of your direction. That's not just a decision, it's a shift in how you live. When you stop blaming your past, your parents, your environment, your job, and anything else outside yourself, you take your power back. And when you take back your power, you realize average is a choice. You weren't made to blend in. You weren't made to settle, but you've got to decide that for yourself. You've got to stop waiting for permission to rise. You've got to stop walking like you're not capable. Average is what happens when you follow the crowd. It's what happens when you wake up and do just enough to get by. It's what happens when you ignore your own potential day after day, and the world is full of it. Full of people just going through the motions. They don't challenge themselves, and they don't push the limits. But if you're listening to this now, you already know you're not meant to live that way. There's something in you that wants more. You wouldn't be here if that wasn't true. And that's the fire you need to protect. That's the reason you need to take full charge. Because when you take full charge, you no longer allow fear to lead. You start acting based on what you want, not what you're afraid of. You wake up each day with purpose. You stop living passively. You stop wasting your time. You stop saying yes to things that drain you. You start standing taller, thinking sharper and working harder. That's what it means to take full charge. It's not just about getting motivated. It's about deciding you will lead your life instead of watching it pass you by. Taking charge means looking in the mirror and being brutally honest. Not in a way that beats you down, but in a way that wakes you up. You ask yourself, am I showing up like the person I know I can become? And if the answer is no, you adjust. You don't make excuses, you make changes. You take responsibility for your health, your discipline, your effort, your learning, your growth, your mindset. That's how people rise. Not by wishing things were easier, but by becoming stronger. And the refusal to stay average doesn't mean arrogance. It means you respect your potential too much to let it waste away. It means you choose progress over comfort. You train your mind and body to get stronger, even when no one is watching. You go the extra mile when everyone else is resting. You build habits that sharpen you, instead of distract you. Every single day you create momentum, not by accident but by choice. The truth is, average will always feel easy, but easy doesn't build pride. Easy doesn't bring fulfillment. Easy doesn't help you break generational limits. That kind of life requires bold decisions, hard work, strong standards. You can't aim for growth while holding on to your old routines. You can't dream big while acting small. Taking full charge means you lead yourself without needing outside pressure. You get things done without waiting to feel inspired. You show up for your goals even when no one believes in them but you. Every decision you make is a direction. You're either feeding your future or fueling your regrets. That's the truth. And if you're tired of settling, tired of repeating the same days with no progress, then it's time to step up. Not with talk, but with action. Because nothing is going to change until you do. And the fastest way to start is by controlling your day. Don't just float through it. Design it. Get up earlier. Eliminate time wasters. Prioritize your growth. Study the people doing what you want to do, and learn from them. Practice your skills. Improve your habits. Treat your goals like they matter, because they do. When you choose to rise above average, you start feeling different. You notice how much time people waste complaining. You realize how often people chase comfort over progress, and it makes you want to work harder, not to prove anything, but because you've decided to demand more from yourself. You build routines that support the life you want. You build discipline that doesn't depend on how you feel. You raise your expectations, not just for others, but for yourself. This mindset will affect every area of your life. The way you speak, the way you walk, the way you think. When you commit to rising above average, you stop needing validation. You stop comparing. You stop shrinking yourself to fit in. You start thinking bigger. You start moving differently. You take ownership of your outcomes, whether good or bad. That level of personal responsibility is rare. But it's the key, because once you stop shifting blame, you unlock your real power. You might feel alone at times. People might not understand why you're pushing so hard, why you're reading more, practicing more, working harder than you need to. That's okay. This isn't about them. This is your life, your path, your vision. And if you keep showing up, if you keep leading yourself, if you keep making the hard choices that build strength, you won't be average. Not now. Not ever. Make a decision today that average is no longer your standard. Stop giving half effort. Stop quitting when it gets difficult. Push yourself even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Because those are the moments that shape you. You don't become extraordinary by doing what's easy. You get there by showing up daily with discipline and fire. You get there by deciding that your life deserves more than excuses. Start now. Right now. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone else to tell you it's time. If you feel something inside you pulling you forward, listen to it. That's your inner call to rise. That's your reminder that you are capable of more. Don't waste it. Don't silence it. Use it, and take full charge of your time, your actions, your results. This is the moment where you stop being average by refusing to act like it anymore. Number 7. Grind through pain today to earn deep respect. Every person who has ever earned deep respect has paid for it with pain. Not the kind that breaks the body, but the kind that tests the soul. The kind of pain that comes from pushing forward when everything in you wants to stop. The kind that shows up when you're tired, when you feel alone, when nothing seems to be working, and you keep going anyway. That's the pain that separates the committed from the casual. The ones who say they want it from the ones who live like they do. If you want to rise, if you want to be someone others look up to, not because of what you own but because of who you are, then you must embrace the work that most avoid. You must endure the discomfort that makes others turn around. Pain is the gatekeeper of growth. It doesn't care how badly you say you want something. It wants to know how far you'll go to prove it. It doesn't respond to empty promises or good intentions. It watches your actions. It watches how you behave when things get hard. There's nothing glamorous about the grind. Waking up when your body aches, studying when your mind is tired, showing up when your heart feels heavy. But this is where real strength is built. Not just physical strength, but mental toughness. The kind that can't be faked. The kind that comes from showing up again and again with discipline and focus. People respect consistency. They admire the ones who never stop working just because it gets hard. And the truth is, most people quit, not because they aren't capable, but because they aren't willing to endure the pressure. You earn deep respect by refusing to make pain your excuse. By showing others through your life that obstacles don't have the final say. You teach people how strong you are by refusing to break when it would be easier to back down. Pain has a way of revealing who you are underneath the surface. When everything is going well, Everyone can pretend to be confident, focused, motivated. But when pressure sets in, when sleep is short and problems grow, when doubt creeps in, those moments show your real character. And here's something you need to remember. The respect you earn through pain lasts. It doesn't fade with trends. It doesn't depend on what people say. It's the kind of respect that others feel when they see how you carry yourself. When they know your journey hasn't been easy. When they recognize the silent battles you've fought and the quiet strength you've built. That kind of respect can't be bought. It's earned through choices most people don't want to make. Every time you train when no one is watching. Every time you choose discipline over distraction. Every time you stay focused in a noisy world, you build something powerful inside you. You're building habits that align with greatness. You're shaping a reputation that speaks louder than words. You're creating a life that demands respect because it's rooted in effort and truth. Pain is temporary, but what you become through it can last forever. There will be moments where you doubt yourself. There will be days where the grind feels like too much. That's normal. That's part of the path. The key is to not let those feelings stop your action. You don't wait to feel ready. You train yourself to act despite discomfort. Because the ones who rise are the ones who act when it's least convenient. The path to deep respect is not about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's about learning to face setbacks without losing drive. Every mistake, every failure, every long night is a chance to learn, to sharpen, to grow. And each time you rise from difficulty, you're proving to yourself and to everyone watching that you won't be defined by your pain. You'll be defined by how you respond to it. Start seeing the pain you face today as part of your foundation. Let it teach you. Let it strengthen you. Let it push you further than you've gone before. Because every moment of struggle is building your credibility. Every hour you give to your craft, to your work, to your mission, is putting you one step closer to becoming undeniable. And when you become undeniable, people take notice. Not just because of what you do, but because of how you've done it. If you want others to respect you, first learn to respect yourself. That means holding yourself to higher standards. That means refusing to lower your effort just because no one else is watching. That means taking pride in the grind, taking pride in the process. It means knowing you deserve success because you've earned it, not just hoped for it. Pain will come. That's a guarantee. What you choose to do with it will define everything. You can use it to justify quitting, or you can use it as a reason to push harder. You can allow it to break you, or you can let it carve out a version of yourself you've never seen before. The version that doesn't just dream of greatness, but demands it. The version that doesn't wait to be noticed, but earns every ounce of recognition through work and grit. And as you keep grinding, as you keep showing up, others will start to feel it. They'll feel the fire in your presence. They'll see the effort behind your results. They'll understand that you didn't arrive by accident. You built your way forward through sweat, through tired days, through failure, through relentless repetition. That's what makes people respect you. When they know you've paid the price that most people won't. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't settle for praise without process. Grind today, through the aches, through the fear, through the resistance. Earn the respect that comes not just from results, but from the fight behind those results. Carry yourself with pride. Walk with purpose. Act like every choice you make matters because it does. The way you live shapes how others see you, and the more seriously you take your life, the more others will take you seriously too. No one can take away what you earn through pain. No one can dismiss the value of consistent effort. No one can question the strength of someone who refuses to quit. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep proving every single day that your discipline runs deeper than your pain. Grind now. Rise later. Earn your place with effort. And never stop building a life that speaks for itself. Number 8. Break your limits now and build real discipline. Limits are not fixed lines drawn by the world, but boundaries set inside your mind. The moment you accept these limits as permanent, you stop growing. If you want to live at the level of your highest potential, breaking those limits is not optional. It's essential. Discipline is the tool that helps you shatter what holds you back. Without discipline, dreams stay dreams, and goals remain just ideas. But when discipline becomes part of your daily life, something powerful happens. You stop being controlled by short-term desires and start controlling your future. Breaking limits starts with understanding that discomfort is part of the process. When you feel tired or want to quit, that feeling is a signal that you are close to growth. Every time you push past what feels difficult or impossible, you rewire your brain and build new pathways. This is how real discipline forms. It's not about forcing yourself once and giving up. It's about showing up consistently, even when motivation fades. It's about setting rules for yourself and following through, no matter what mood you're in. Most people don't break their limits because it's easier to stay in their comfort zone. The problem with comfort is that it lulls you into thinking progress happens without effort. It creates a false sense of security while your potential shrinks. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It turns your intentions into actions. When you build discipline, you build a habit of overcoming excuses. That habit is stronger than any setback, any failure, or any moment of doubt. Real discipline means taking full responsibility for your actions. It means not blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck when things don't go your way. It means showing up when no one else is watching. It means sticking to your plans even when distractions and temptations try to pull you away. Discipline is what turns a good day into a great day. It's what turns small improvements into life-changing results. It's the foundation of success that cannot be taken away from you. When limits appear, you must confront them directly. Identify what's holding you back. Is it fear of failure? Is it the habit of procrastination? Is it a lack of belief in yourself? Whatever it is, face it with honesty and courage. Then create a plan to push beyond it. Discipline grows when you take these small but consistent steps outside your usual boundaries. It might start with waking up earlier than usual. It might mean dedicating time to practice a skill every day. It could be choosing healthier food when junk food feels tempting. Each choice to act despite difficulty adds strength. Discipline also teaches you patience. Breaking limits does not happen overnight. It's a process that requires time and persistence. Sometimes progress feels invisible because it's happening inside, unseen by others, and even by yourself. But every day you commit, you move closer to breaking through. Discipline prevents frustration from becoming defeat. It gives you the power to keep going when results take longer than you hoped. One of the biggest challenges is staying disciplined when no immediate reward is visible. That's where many people fail. They want instant success and give up when it doesn't come quickly. Real discipline is about trusting the process. It's about working now for benefits that appear later. It means valuing long-term growth more than short-term comfort. That mindset shift is what separates those who reach their best from those who settle for less. The key to building real discipline is to start small and be consistent. Don't try to change everything at once. Choose one area of your life where you can push a little harder. Commit to that every single day. As this becomes a habit, add another challenge. Layer by layer, your limits will fall away. Your discipline will grow until it becomes an automatic part of your identity. You will no longer be the person who struggles to start. You will become the person who takes charge and finishes what they begin. It helps to track your progress. When you see how far you've come, it motivates you to keep going. Write down your wins each day. No matter how small, celebrate the moments when you choose discipline over ease. These records remind you that limits are not permanent walls but stepping stones to success. When temptation or doubt arises, review your progress and remember what you're building. Building discipline requires a strong why. You must connect your daily effort to a deeper purpose. What drives you to break your limits? What kind of life do you want to create? How will being disciplined help you serve yourself and others better? When your why is clear and meaningful, discipline becomes easier. It becomes more than a task. It becomes a mission. That mission fuels your energy and focus, even in tough moments. Remember, discipline is not about punishment or harshness. It's about respect for yourself and your future. When you choose discipline, you show that you value your goals enough to take the necessary steps. You teach yourself that your word matters, that your commitments are not empty promises, but actions you will follow through on. This respect builds confidence and momentum. It creates a cycle where discipline feeds success, and success strengthens discipline. Breaking limits also means changing how you think about challenges. Instead of seeing them as barriers, see them as opportunities to grow stronger. Every struggle you face is a chance to prove to yourself that you can do more than you thought. This mindset shifts your relationship with difficulty. It turns fear into fuel and setbacks into lessons. Discipline thrives in this environment because it is sustained by purpose and hope, not by fear or frustration. Building real discipline is a daily practice. It's waking up and choosing to act with intention. It's making decisions that align with your goals even when the easy path calls louder. It's reminding yourself that greatness is built in the details of everyday effort. When discipline becomes part of your nature, your limits will naturally fall away. You'll find yourself capable of things you never imagined. You will become unstoppable because you have broken the chains of doubt, laziness, and fear. Every step you take beyond your current limits is a victory. Every moment you choose discipline over comfort strengthens your future self. The path is not easy, but it is worth every effort. Keep pushing forward. Keep breaking your limits. Keep building a life where discipline drives your progress and greatness becomes your new normal. Number 9. Make today the turning point of your entire life. Today holds a power unlike any other day. It is the only moment guaranteed. The only chance to start fresh and change the direction of everything. What you do with this day can set a course for your future, unlike anything before. It's the day you decide not to settle for less than what you deserve. It's the day you take control and steer your life toward real success. This moment can be the beginning of a new chapter. The moment when excuses stop and action begins. You can look back years from now and say this was the day that changed everything. Change doesn't have to wait for the perfect time. It doesn't depend on how motivated you feel or what circumstances you face. It starts when you choose to act despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Today is the only day you truly have control over, and it's enough. Making today the turning point means showing up fully committed to yourself. It means understanding that every choice matters. Small decisions can add up and create a new path forward. If you want a different life, you have to create different habits, take different actions, and refuse to repeat old mistakes. The first step is honesty with yourself. Look at where you are right now without judgment. See clearly what's working and what isn't. Recognize any areas where you've been holding back or making excuses. This clarity will fuel your decision to turn things around. It will give you a starting point and a sense of purpose. The power lies in your willingness to admit that you deserve better and that you can do better. This awareness opens the door to real change. Committing to today means setting a clear intention. Decide what you want to change or achieve. Be specific about your goals and what success looks like to you. When your direction is clear, your actions become purposeful. Without a goal, effort can feel scattered and meaningless. Setting an intention transforms vague hopes into a focused plan. This clarity will guide your energy and prevent you from drifting back into old habits. It turns today into a powerful step forward. Taking action right now is what turns intention into reality. You don't have to solve everything today or have the whole plan figured out. The important part is starting. Even a single step forward creates momentum. Momentum builds motivation and opens new opportunities. Action breaks the cycle of waiting and wishing. When you act today, you build confidence in your ability to change. Confidence grows when you see results from your effort, no matter how small. The process of turning your life around will test your patience and determination. You will face setbacks and moments when giving up seems easier. Those moments are part of the journey and don't mean failure. They are signs that you are moving beyond comfort and pushing limits. Success belongs to those who persist. It is the reward for showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow. When you keep going, you rewrite the story you tell yourself about what's possible. Making today the turning point also means changing how you view challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to quit, see them as opportunities to grow stronger. Every difficulty faced and overcome adds to your resilience. Resilience is the backbone of success. It's what keeps you moving forward when enthusiasm fades. When your mindset shifts this way, your life begins to transform at a deep level. Challenges become stepping stones instead of barriers. Surround yourself with people who support your new direction. Influence matters more than most realize. Positive, encouraging relationships make it easier to stay focused and disciplined. They provide feedback, inspiration, and accountability. Being around those who believe in growth will help you believe in yourself. If you currently spend time with people who don't support your goals, consider how you can change that. The company you keep can either lift you up or hold you back. Discipline plays a critical role in making today your turning point. Discipline is what bridges the gap between your intentions and results. It means sticking to your commitments, even when motivation is low. It requires saying no to distractions and yes to the tasks that matter most. When you build discipline, you build trust with yourself. That trust becomes the foundation for lasting change and achievement. Focus on building daily habits that support your goals. Small actions repeated consistently lead to big results over time. The turning point isn't just about one big decision, but about the habits you create that keep you moving forward. Develop routines that strengthen your mind and body. Feed your mind with positive messages and useful knowledge. Nourish your body with healthy food and exercise. Rest well and manage stress. These habits build the energy and clarity needed to succeed. Celebrate your progress regularly. Recognizing even small victories helps maintain motivation. It reminds you that change is happening and your efforts are paying off. Reward yourself in ways that reinforce your new habits and mindset. Positive reinforcement strengthens your commitment and encourages continued growth. Making today the turning point is also about forgiving yourself for past mistakes. Holding on to regret or guilt keeps you stuck in old patterns. Release those feelings and use the lessons learned as fuel to do better. You are not defined by your past, but by what you do now. Every moment is a chance to begin again and choose a better path. Keep your vision alive by revisiting your goals often. Visualize the life you want to create with all your senses. Imagine how it feels to achieve your dreams. What does success look like? Sound like? Even smell like? Engaging your senses makes your vision more real and powerful. It strengthens your motivation to keep moving forward. The moment you decide to make today your turning point, you take control of your story. You move from being a passenger in life to being the driver. This shift in perspective changes everything. It empowers you to face whatever challenges come with confidence and purpose. It sets the foundation for a life of meaning and achievement that you design. Remember that change is a process, not an event. Each day builds on the last. Making today count means showing up fully and doing your best. It means choosing to grow, learn, and improve no matter what. Your future self will thank you for the courage and effort you put in today. Taking this step requires strength and humility. Strength to face discomfort and uncertainty. Humility to accept where you are now and be willing to grow. Both qualities are marks of true maturity and readiness for success. When you cultivate these, you prepare yourself for a life beyond what you imagined possible. The choice to make today a turning point is one you can make right now. It doesn't depend on anyone else or any external condition. It depends only on your willingness to act and believe in your potential. This is your moment to begin something new, to rise above limitations and create the life you want. Keep that thought close as you move forward and let it fuel every action you take. This day can be the first step toward your best self. The first step away from excuses and hesitation. The first step toward a future shaped by your efforts and determination. When you commit fully to today, your entire life begins to change. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely. Number 10. Decide right now to outwork every single person. When it comes down to making a real difference in your life, the decision to outwork everyone else is a game changer. This choice is about more than just effort. It's about attitude, determination, and the kind of persistence that never quits. It means waking up each day with the mindset that you will do whatever it takes to move forward faster and stronger than those around you. This is a powerful commitment to yourself. It is the foundation for breaking through limits and reaching heights that others only dream about. The very first step is to make a clear and unwavering decision. Not just a wish or hope, but a firm choice that you will outwork every person in your field, in your community, or in your goals. This decision creates a standard for your daily actions. It becomes the filter through which every task is judged. If it doesn't help you outwork someone else, then it doesn't belong in your day. This sharp focus cuts through distractions and excuses. Outworking others means showing up before they do and staying later when they leave. It means using your time wisely and consistently. It requires planning your day carefully and sticking to the plan without giving in to distractions or shortcuts. Time is your most valuable asset. When you commit to outworking others, you understand that every minute counts. You guard your hours as if your future depends on it, because it does. This level of work is not about random busyness. It's about working with purpose and intensity. Each action you take moves you closer to your goal. The effort must be smart as well as hard. That means learning continuously, improving your skills, and seeking feedback. Outworking others is about pushing past comfort zones and never settling for average work. It's about making every task a chance to excel and grow stronger. Sacrifice plays a key role in this decision. You may have to give up social time, entertainment, or habits that don't serve your purpose. This isn't easy, but the rewards outweigh the cost. Sacrificing short-term pleasure builds long-term success. When others rest, you keep going. When others quit, you push forward. This discipline creates a gap that only you can fill. It is natural to feel tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed on this journey. These feelings do not mean failure. They mean you are on the right path. Facing discomfort is proof that you are growing. Keep your focus on the future you are creating. Let your vision pull you through difficult moments. Your dreams are worth every ounce of effort you can give. Outworking others also requires resilience. You will face setbacks and obstacles. Things may not always go as planned, but the difference between those who succeed and those who do not is the refusal to quit. Persistence builds momentum and opens doors that hard work alone cannot. When you keep showing up no matter what, the results start to multiply. This momentum makes outworking others feel less like a chore and more like a habit. Building your strength means taking care of your body as well. Physical energy fuels mental effort. Prioritize rest, nutrition, and exercise to maintain high performance. You cannot outwork others if you burn out quickly. A strong body supports a strong mind, and that is essential to this level of work. Accountability helps maintain the commitment to outwork everyone. Share your goals with trusted people who will check in on your progress. Being answerable to someone increases your focus and drive. It also provides encouragement when motivation fades. Surround yourself with others who respect hard work and discipline. This environment will challenge you to rise higher. This decision changes how you approach failure. Instead of fearing mistakes, you learn from them faster than anyone else. Every failure becomes a lesson, a stepping stone toward mastery. Outworking others means being willing to fail forward. It means getting up immediately after a setback and trying again with more knowledge and determination. Mental toughness grows with every challenge overcome. When you commit to this level of work, your mindset shifts, doubts and fears lose power. Confidence grows from proving to yourself that you can do hard things. This mental edge separates those who dream from those who achieve. Celebrate progress, but never settle. Outworking everyone does not mean stopping when you reach one goal. It means continuing to push beyond limits to find new levels of excellence. Success is a journey, not a destination. Each achievement is a step toward a greater vision. Use your time efficiently by focusing on what matters most. Avoid tasks that do not add value or move you closer to your goal. Outworking others is not about doing everything, but about doing what counts with full effort. Prioritize your work and maintain discipline even when distractions call. Stay curious and hungry for improvement. Read, study, practice, and seek mentors who challenge you. The desire to learn fast and implement what you learn accelerates your progress. Outworking others includes outlearning others. This decision creates a sense of pride and ownership over your life. No longer waiting for opportunity or luck, you become the architect of your success. This ownership inspires greater effort and focus each day. You will notice a change in how others see you. Respect comes naturally to those who consistently put in the work others avoid. Your reputation will grow as someone who is reliable and unstoppable. This respect opens doors to new opportunities and partnerships. The journey of outworking everyone else is demanding but rewarding. It builds character, skills, and results that last a lifetime. The choice to embrace this challenge is the beginning of a life lived at your highest potential. Remember that this is not a short sprint, but a lifelong commitment to excellence. This commitment requires courage. Courage to face discomfort and uncertainty without backing down. Courage to prioritize your future over immediate satisfaction. This courage will become a source of strength that carries you through every challenge. Deciding to outwork every single person means embracing the responsibility for your success. You refuse to blame others or circumstances. You take full control of your effort, attitude, and results. This responsibility is empowering because it puts your destiny in your hands. Keep your vision vivid. Remind yourself daily why this work matters. Connect emotionally to the impact your success will have on your life and those you love. This emotional connection fuels perseverance and helps overcome obstacles. Make your work your identity. Become known as the person who shows up ready to give their best no matter what. When this becomes who you are, effort turns into a natural habit, not a struggle. Every hour invested with this mindset compounds into progress. Consistency combined with intensity is the secret weapon of those who outwork the rest. This combination builds unstoppable momentum that makes success inevitable. Trust the process even when results are slow. Hard work sows seeds that grow over time. Your commitment today is preparing a harvest that will change your life forever. Patience and persistence keep you moving when the path gets tough. Live with integrity in your work. Do not cut corners or cheat yourself out of growth. True outworking means giving your honest best at all times. This integrity builds self-respect and attracts genuine opportunities. This decision sets you apart from the crowd. While others choose easy paths, you choose the harder road that leads to greatness. This choice is difficult but fulfilling. It creates a sense of accomplishment few ever experience. When you decide right now to outwork every single person, you are making a statement. You are telling the world and yourself that you will not settle for less than your full potential. You are ready to earn the success you desire through relentless effort and heart. Hold fast to this decision. Let it guide your actions and fuel your passion. Every day is an opportunity to prove your commitment. Make that proof undeniable.